Welcome my dear students. The topic is application of differential calculus. So it is chapter number 7 in the 12th standard. So the very first topic is we are going to use the derivative or differentiation as the rate measure. For example, consider y equal to f of x is a function. Okay. So y is a dependent variable, x is a independent variable. So y is dependent upon x. If you want to find out the differentiation of y, it is denoted by dy by dx or f dash of x. Okay. Simply we can differentiate with the use of the formula, we can get it. But according to the definition, look at the dy by dx. So derivative as a rate measure, that means dy by dx means change of y, change in y with respect to change in x. Change in y with respect to change in x. For example, consider the diagram. It is a graph of the curve y equal to f of x. For example, it is the initial position x equal to a and it is a final position, maybe between the two limits we are finding out. So it is f of a and it is f of b. Okay. So change in y is nothing but f of b minus f of a. Change in x is b minus a. So change in x by change in y, that is called as the rate measure. So here we are going to apply in two places. Already it is present in physics. So velocity, I think it is denoted by v. So s of t, it is the distance traveled by the particle at any time t, or it is simply called as displacement. So v equal to ds by dt, rate of change of displacement. And the second concept is acceleration, that is rate of change of velocity, or it is nothing but d square s by dt square. So simply velocity and acceleration are considered as the rate measure. So velocity is the first derivative, acceleration is the second derivative, that's all. So the remaining problems, they may are in the real time situation is given. We have to read the problem carefully and draw the diagram. With the understanding of the diagram, we have to form the equation, differentiate, put the known values, find out the unknown values. That the things we are going to do in the exercise 7.1. Question number 1 in the exercise 7.1, the question is, a point moves along a straight line such a way that after t seconds, its distance from the origin is given as s, or s means it is always time dependent. S of t equal to 2t square plus 3t. Okay. First there are two subdivisions. The first subdivision is find the average velocity of the points between t equal to 3 and t equal to 6 seconds. Second subdivision, find the instantaneous velocities at t equal to 3 and t equal to 6. So my dear student, so the average velocity just now explained by the diagram, change in y by change in x. So here remember like a formula, s dash of t equal to s of b minus s of a by b minus a. Just now I explained change in y by change in x, that's all. We are going to use this formula for the first subdivision. So given, write the first subdivision, given a equal to 3 and b equal to 6. Are you clear? So what they are asking, average velocity. So average velocity is equal to s of 6 minus s of 3 by 6 minus 3. So s of 6 means put x equal to t equal to 6 here. So 2 into, if you want you can find out separately. So 2 into 36, okay, 6 square. So 2 into 36, 72 plus 6 into 3, 18. So we are getting 90. Similarly, find out s of 3. So 3 square is 9. 9 into 2, 18 plus 9. We are getting 27. So put the value here. So 90 minus 27 by 3. So what is 90 minus 27? It is 63 by 3. So 21 meter per second. That is the answer for the first subdivision. Second subdivision, instantaneous velocity. That means we can find out by the direct first derivative. So find out s dash of t, first derivative. Differentiate s with respect to t. So 2 is a constant. Differentiation of t square is 2t. So 2 into 2, 4t plus 3 is a constant. Differentiation of t with respect to t is 1. So we are getting this one, s dash of t. So instantaneous, okay. Instantaneous velocity, they are asking velocity, okay. So first at t equal to 3, so which implies s dash of 3. So put t equal to 3 here. So 3 4s are 12, 12 plus 3, so 15. So 12 plus 3, 15 meter per second, okay. Second at t equal to 6. So which implies s dash of 6 equal to, put t equal to 6. So 24 plus 3. It's 27 meter per second. That's all. In the exercise 7.1, a camera is accidentally knocked off on edge of a cliff 400 feet high. So look at here. So it is the edge of the cliff. So camera is falling down from the cliff. So the distance between the edge and the ground level is 400 feet. That is given. The camera falls a distance of s equal to 16 t square. So distance traveled by the camera. So s of t is given as 16 t square. Okay. At any time t. There are 3 subdivisions. So the subdivision 1 is how long does the camera fall before it hits the ground. So distance traveled by the camera before it reaches the ground. Okay. How long? So our aim is to find the time taken to reach the ground. First subdivision, find out the time taken to reach the ground. Second subdivision, what is the average velocity with which the camera falls during the last 2 seconds. Remember, last 2 seconds. Third subdivision, what is the instantaneous velocity of the camera when it hits the ground. Okay. So look at my dear student. So the distance is 400 feet. So to obtain the, so first subdivision, assume it hits the ground. When it hits the, when the camera hits the ground, then what is the distance? S equal to 400, obviously. It reaches the ground means the distance is 400 feet. So put S equal to 400, which implies 16 t square equal to 400. Okay. So we can cancel. So 2 times, remaining 8. So 5 times. T square equal to 25. T equal to plus or minus. So t equal to 5 only possible. Time cannot be negative. So remove the minus 5. So that is the answer for the first subdivision. It took 5 seconds to reach the ground. Second subdivision, average velocity last to 2 seconds. Last to 2 means last time is 5. So 2 means 3. So we have to find out average velocity between. So here average velocity between t equal to 3 and t equal to 5. Okay. So already I wrote a formula. So average velocity equal to S of B minus S of A by B minus A. So here put A equal to 3, B equal to 5. So S of 5 minus S of 3 by 5 minus 3 as like the first sum. Okay. So S of 5 means put T equal to 5 there. So if you put 5 there, 25. So 25 into R, you can put it here, 16 into 25 minus 16 into 3 square is 9 by 5 minus 3 is 2. We can take 16 outside. So 25 minus 9 by 2 means we can cancel. It is 8 times. So 8 into 25 minus 9, it is 16. Okay. So 8 16s are 128. 128. What is the unit? I think feet per second. Okay, so put the unit feet per second. Third subdivision, instantaneous velocity when it hits the ground. So when it hits the ground means, so we need instantaneous velocity. Okay, so instantaneous velocity means we need to find out s dash of t. So s dash of t equal to, so 16 is a constant, t square differentiation 2t, so 32t. So when it hits the ground means, gets the ground means t equal to 5. So find out s dash of 5. Okay, so put t equal to 5. So 32 into 5. So 32 into 5. So 0 60. So feet per second. So 160 feet per second. That is the answer for the third subdivision. A particle moves along a line according to the law s of t equal to 2t cube minus 9t square plus 12t minus 4, where t is always positive, non-negative, greater than or equal to 0. There are again three subdivisions. The first subdivision is at what time the particle changes the directions. Second, find the total distance traveled by the particle in the first 4 seconds. Third, find the particle's acceleration each time when the velocity is 0. So, my dear student, here there are two things involving. One is the velocity and the acceleration. So, velocity is the first derivative, we can find out. So, 6t square minus 18t plus 12. Okay, if you want we can take 6 in common, t square minus 3t plus 2. Okay, it is the first derivative. Acceleration also presenting, we can find out the second derivative. So 6 into 2t minus 3, second derivative. So keep these values. So first subdivision, find out the at what time the particle changes the direction. So my dear student, remember the concept. When the first derivative equal to 0, so it changes the direction. Okay, so we have to observe for what values of t the first derivative becomes 0. Simply equate the first derivative to 0. When the direction changes, s dash of t equal to 0, remember. Okay, so which implies 6 into t square minus 3t plus 2 equal to 0. So right answer 0, we can leave that 6. So factorize it. So t minus 1 into t minus 2 equal to 0. So t equal to 1 or t equal to 2. So at 2 time it changes its direction. So to observe the direct changes, we have to draw the diagram, my dear student. It is very simply one. So initial time is 0. Here asking for first 4 seconds. So final time is 4. Between these two we have to take a point 1. So for example, it is the initial time 0. It is a final time 4 seconds. So between that we have to take the two values. So consider the corresponding distance traveled by that particle. So first to find out s of 0. So put t equal to 0. So minus 4. Then find out s of 1. Put t equal to, what is that? T equal to 1. So 2 minus 9 plus 12 minus 4. So 2 plus 12, 14. So minus 9 minus 4, minus 13. 14 minus 13 is 1. Okay. And s of 2. So s of 2 means, so put t equal to 2. Okay. So 8 into 2, 16. Okay. So 16, 4 minus 9 minus 36 plus 24 minus 4. So 40 minus 40, we are getting 0. Similarly, find out s of 4. Put t equal to 4. Again, if we put t equal to 4, we are getting s of 4 equal to 28. Why I am finding out this means it is quite useful to find the answer for the second subdivision. Are you clear? So these two are the answers for the first subdivision. When t equal to 1, first time it changes the direction. When t equal to 2, second time the particle changes the direction. Okay. So if we draw the diagram, it's totally meaningful. So listen here. So when t equal to 0, what is that? So it is minus 4. It is the starting time. And t equal to 1. So s of t is 1. Okay, it is 1. And t equal to 2, it is 0. Okay, and t equal to 4 maybe here. It is 28 maybe above. So the graph of it is like this. Okay. So it is the graph. So look at here. So 2 times it changes the direction. So upward to downward 1 time changes. Then downward to upward 2 times it changes its direction. So second subdivision is find out the distance traveled by the particle in first 4 seconds. We can't find out directly because we have to find out part by part. First part, second part, third part. So the total distance covered, okay, covered by the particle for the first 4 seconds equal to divided into 3. So first final minus initial. So s of 1 minus s of 0. So final minus initial plus the same final minus initial s of 2 minus s of 1 plus again final minus initial s of 4 minus s of 2. Okay. So that's why already I have found that values before that. So put the values here. Okay. So s of 1 is 1. So s of 0 is minus 4. So minus of minus 4 it becomes plus 4. So s of 2 is 0. Again s of 1 is 1 minus 1 but modulus is present. Okay. So plus s of 4 is 28 minus 0. So 5 plus 1 plus 28 that is 34. Okay. 34. What is the unit? Meter. So 34 meter. So third subdivision is also present. What is the third subdivision? Acceleration of the particle when velocity is 0. So velocity is 0. Already it is in the first subdivision. When t equal to 1, velocity 0. When t equal to 2, velocity 0. So our aim is to find out, okay, acceleration when t equal to 1, a equal to s dash of 1. So put t equal to 1 here. So 2 minus 3 minus 1 minus 1 into 6 minus 6. Don't forget the unit, meter per second square. Acceleration meter per second square. Similarly, when t equal to 2, a equal to s double dash of 2. So put t equal to 2 here. 2 into 2 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. So 6 meter per second square. Number 4 in the exercise 7.1. If the volume of the cube of side length x is given as v equal to x cube, find the rate of change of the volume with respect to x in when x equal to 5 units. Okay, very simple problem. It is like a 1 mark question. So differentiating with respect to x. Okay, so we are getting dv by dx equal to 3x square. Okay, so here they are asking the rate of change of volume with respect when x equal to 5. So when x equal to 5, dv by dx equal to, so put x equal to 5. So 3 into 5 square 25. So 75. So here we don't, the exact unit is not given. We have to put units, that's all. Question number 5 in the exercise 7.1. If the mass m of x in kilogram of a thin rod of length x in meters is given by m of x equal to root of 3x, then what is the rate of change of the mass with respect to the length when it is x equal to 3 and x equal to 27? Again, it is very simple problem. So m of x, so it can be written as root 3 into root x. So again, differentiating with respect to x. So m dash of x equal to root 3 is a constant. Root x differentiation 1 by 2 into root x. Okay, 1 by 2 into root x. So first subdivision, when x equal to 3, m dash of x equal to, so put x equal to 3. So root 3 into 1 by 2 into root 3. So root 3 cancel. So what we are getting? 1 by 2. So what is the unit? Kilogram per meter. Kilogram per meter. Second, when x equal to 27, m dash of x equal to root 3 into 1 by 2 into root 27. So root 3 into 1 by 2 into, okay, 3 root 3. 27 means 3 root 3. So root 3 cancel. 2 into 3 is 6. So 1 by 6 kilogram per meter.